Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thanks for sharing your energy with me today. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Jane. I'm a psychic and an energy intuitive. On this channel, we connect with energies that will bring messages to provide us with assistance, with insight, guidance, education, truth, confirmations, and activations, all to help guide us on our soul's path. All sessions are timeless. So whenever you find this, it's the right time for you. Don't try to force anything or try to make anything fit. If it's for you, you will know. It'll resonate with you. And let's magic begin here. A lot of numbers have been coming up for this reading. So I've been getting number 77, 777, 44, 1234, number 12, and number 13. Also, I did this meditation walk on July 6th, and this is now the 26th of July. Now, like again, all my sessions are timeless. So whenever you find it, it's the right time for you. It doesn't matter if it's what time of year it is. But the point is, like they had me, I saw when I was out on a walk this morning with the dogs and meditation walk even, I saw a frog on my way back and spirit intervened. I was like, oh, frog, look at that, means transformation and yada, yada, yada. And a massive transformation, actually, a big change. And they reminded me of this meditation walk that I had done on this particular day. And they wanted me to do a reading. So I pulled it out, and I have many of them actually. And sometimes I just keep them stored away in my journal, I guess. And every now and again, they'll, tap on me a little and say, we want this to be read. So there's something about the timing here. And with this, when I did this original meditation walk, I had all these feelings of happiness and joy and positive energy. I was doing a meditation in the woods actually for this one. And I had this really big vision. I mean, it was a giant V. And it reminded me of the card that I had in one of my decks. And that card, I believe that means victory. But I don't believe that that's what that is for this reading. I keep getting the word vitality. I'm not really sure what that means for you. In fact, this is the second time I'm doing this reading. I did a reading earlier today for spirit for this, but there was literally no volume, and I don't understand what happened to the microphone. The thing is, though, I think that might have been like a private reading just for me. So it wasn't meant for anyone else to hear. And it was a lot of activations in that. So now this is the reading I'm doing for you yet again. The other thing too is I had a vision that day. I was calling them sparkles, and then I come to find out later that they were actually orbs. But I had seen like this huge wall of it looked like if somebody was up high and they were showering the air, the sky with glitter, and it was like sparkling as it was, and it didn't look like it was falling. Now that I think about it, it was just all shimmering, and there was so many of them. That's why I considered it to be glitter, because what could create such a wall of so many? I mean, there was like millions and millions of these like little sparkles. And now I believe that they have been orbs. And they were saying that orbs are like you're being watched by angels, or you could be seeing things that are sparkling, or you're going to be seeing some kind of orbs. Spirit also said that spirit is being guided to a new place. So I think that you're having that's what this big change is going to be, because they are switching out your guides at this point. I think you have new guides. You're going to have new guides coming in. So this, it could be in the physical or in the spiritual. I really do think it's spiritual, though. You could also be seeing repeated symbols of numbers, or, yep, angels, people, animals. You could even be seeing mystical things like dragons and elves and fairies and unicorns, and it could be anything, even just rainbows of color. This all could be a sign of one or more of these beings they're telling me that these are actual spiritual guides at this time, and they are encouraging you to stay on whatever path that you're on. They want you to stay on this path. So whatever you're doing, they want you to continue. Also, they brought up that you could also be wanting to find your kindred spirits, or you might be finding them. And they're saying that when you're fully owning your gifts, the connection with that community, that's when that whole thing will take place at that time. Again, they're talking about the time. There's something about timing. I'm not really sure what the timing means, but I mean, spirit, divine timing is, everything has to be all ready and prepared for you, so that you can't, do these quantum leaps in your evolution if things are not prepared in advance for you to step into them. You know what I mean? So spirit is doing a lot of that preparing as well, and they're talking about a broader vision for you, or helping you see the bigger picture. They're recommending at this time that you do a lot more grounding. Also, they brought up the third eye, which and clairvoyance. Now, that clairvoyance has to do with visions. So you could also be seeing visions and thinking that you're just imagining things, or it was just a quick little blip in time, and you're not really sure if that's what you saw. They're asking you to trust that, and that those are your actual guides at this time. And they're just saying, like, the smallest of any change that you do, it's a very significant ripple in the universe. It's to help. They're asking if you want to help spread your light to others, and maybe maybe this is what they're preparing for, hoping that you're going to accept, I guess, maybe, or move forward. um Yeah, they're also talking about, when I wrote down the word, there is a timing, is what I wrote down. And then beside that, I actually wrote down there's a simplicity in the signs. So I don't know if you're trying to make the signs seem more complicated than they are. And you have a lot of good luck or fortune and big changes coming for you. They're also talking about seek knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Now, I don't know what that might represent for you at this time. So we're going to get into the cards. I also saw a crow, a seagull, squirrels, and fireflies. So we're going to get into this here. They're going to have me take one of these cards and set it aside. A little reconnection. That's exactly what they want to do. And on the bottom, integration, the higher self integration. Spirit, right out the gate, they're starting. Okay, so they're going to have me pull out one of these cards, set it aside. Oh my goodness. Magnetism. Theo's crystal avatar. Okay. Metamorphosis. Yeah, that's that frog that went through that metamorphosis. Okay. We're going to see what's going on here. Oops. Spirit. What's going on here? Cards are just like going crazy. Oh my goodness, again. Okay. I want a controlled spirit. All right. This one. Oh. It's on the bottom here. Integration again. Higher self integration. This is where they're going to, they want to bring in that that clairvoyance for you. And they were also talking about the cellular decisiveness, serious solar empowerment, number 10, and wonderment, orb healing. Oh my God, orb healing. And that's what I was seeing, is those orbs, and I'm looking at this decisiveness here, and the card number is 10. And you know what? I did this reading on the 6th, and then I'm doing it now on the 26th. So that's a 10 there as well. So you could be seeing like 10-10. Decisiveness, solar empowerment. You know, that's that sun energy, you know, because the lions have been really prominent as well in the last reading, because like I said, I have already done this reading and I think it was just a one for me, but this one is now for you. Oh my goodness, look, and this one is number 16. It's interesting. I just see a tick on the wall. I need to get rid of that. Hold on. I need to burn that before it ends up in one of the animals here. I'll give you a little scorchy just in case. All right, here, let's get back to the reading here. Interruptions, see. They want me to read these cards at the end of the reading. So I just want to make sure that you're able to see them, because I believe that in these cards, there's some form of activation here. And I'm not quite sure. Okay, well, I'm going to just set them aside here. And then the bottom, of course, is that integration. This is where they're going to integrate the higher self. Okay, so they're working on that. This is what this is all about, I guess. Okay. So you need some sort of healing for them to work on that third eye to bring you these visions. You know, they're asking you to help spread your light to others. So you must be a really evolved being for them to be asking for you to join them. See here, alchemy. Yeah, they're going to alchemize all that, and you know they're alchemizing your chakras, because the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. There is something really, and this is like the number 8. Okay. So, okay, let's get into this here and see what, oh my goodness, soul time, look. And that's the card that came out the last time too. Soul time, the frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Yes, because in the last reading, they brought up the fact that they mentioned that you're on, like, you didn't think that this was real or this was possible, or that you are a light worker or a healer of some sort, that you're having a hard time accepting it. Oh my God, they even brought the tantric journey back up again. You know, this is where, like, you have the feminine and the masculine that, you know, they join together in the earthly realm. And you know, okay, so the frequency of tantric journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and wisdom that is intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. So when you're having those intimate moments, that's what they're talking about. That's how they want you to connect with them. Obviously not on the, you know, the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense, in the energy sense. With that connecting, they can give you visions. And oh my goodness. And you know, the divine feminine came up, and then now the divine masculine popped out. Yeah, so that's where that connection. They were talking a lot about the grounding. So I'm wondering if they're talking about that balance that you are working on or something. Maybe working on that balance. Is there another card here, Spirit? Whoa. Perception. Again, 35 or an 8. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. See, this is what they were talking about, that I believe that you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if this is really real. I don't know if this is true. But see, the heart chakra coming up here too. They were talking about that you're pure of heart or something to that effect. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Yeah, see, that's what they're trying to do, because that they want to activate your clairvoyance or something. Okay, what else here? Is there anything else here, Spirit? One more. Whoa, what's that? Emergence 25 or 7. So the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude or innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. Okay, so this really confirms to me that you're struggling with, oh my, yeah, you're struggling with the fact that you don't know if it's looking. Cosmic flower comes back up, number 18, which also could be a 9. You know, I don't know if you believe that you're capable, or if you have this within you or something, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to start seeing orbs, or you're going to see things that are going to be like sparkling, that's going to remind you of orbs. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but that's going to be your indication that the mystical realms are trying to guide you. And that's what's coming in next. Oh my goodness, that's what's coming in next, because Spirit said that they're being guided to a new place. So they're moving on, and you're getting some new guides or something coming in here, and they're going to do it through other people, angels, animals, symbols, numbers. And right now they have me using the deck that has the geometry, the sacred geometry. So the frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. All right. All right. Okay. So they don't need this. See, this is where they were just saying how, they were just reiterating again, saying how oh my goodness, when they were talking about the sunset and the sunrise. You are getting ready to fly high above all your obstacles and embrace life in the most magical way. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see here what they want us to know here. Rise above. Look, they keep talking about this rising here. You will gain clarity on this current situation when you can see it from a higher perspective. And that's what they're talking about, this perception. Okay. All right, Spirit. Let's see here. Whoa. True love. Yeah, because you have a pure heart. At the core foundation of this relationship, it is the potential for true love. Okay. You don't want this card. They're saying no, they don't want this card. So I'm going to take that out of there. Oh my goodness, look on the bottom, divine plan, number 32. Your soul has a master blueprint for your life path that it holds within. It will never steer you in the wrong direction. And this heart came out in the last reading as well. So, this is definitely a divine plan, little collective consciousness, because they were talking about in my pre-download there on the 6th, they were talking about that connection with community. So collective consciousness, number 61 or 7. 7 is a highly spiritual number as well. You may feel overwhelmed by all the energetic shifts. It is time to focus on peace and love for all. See, that's what they keep bringing up, the love. So I think they want you to help spread your love and light. Look, I cut it again on rise above. You will gain clarity in this current situation. Okay, they're going to bring you some kind of clarity here. Whatever it is that you're asking, they're going to bring that out for you. A vibrational match. That's, look, number 10. And we already have a 10 over here. You are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. And that's why I was saying, I was in the beginning, I was having those, empathetic overload. They were talking about the happiness and the joy and all that positive energy. Okay. And this does look like a lot of orbs too, or stars. Well, I mean, Spirit. It is time for you to truly honor your highly sensitive nature. Empathic overload. If you're having an overload, you might, that's why they keep bringing up the grounding. If you're getting an overload, just automatically stop what you're doing, vision those roots, and connect into Gaia to find that grounding for yourself, because it's easy to, with all the energies that are going on. Heart here, they want us to see heart of compassion. Look, they brought up the heart yet again, and all these colors. You see all these colors? I think they're using these colors too to help, and these orbs or sparkles or whatever they're doing here. 51 or number 6. There are many people around you now who benefit from your loving, compassionate heart. So that's what they're talking about, for you to spread your love and light to others. And that they're trying to prepare you for it. Look, energy protection too. See, they're saying that you're protected. Look, 62 or 8. So your belief that you are not safe may be inviting an energy that is throwing you off balance. And they brought up that balance, Sarah brought that up early on. I brought up that balance, that, you have to have that balance to, the masculine and the feminine. That's what I was bringing up the balance about. That's why there's so much about the heart. You're definitely protected, though. You don't have to be worried about that. You're being watched by the angels. They have, okay, so I'm going to bring out an animal oracle here. I cut it on dolphin. My vulnerability encourages connection with others. I express myself so I can be seen and understood. That's number 16 or 7 again. Wow. All right. We're going to have me pull out a card here. Okay. Like a snail. I didn't even know snail was in here. I embrace the joy in the journey. I celebrate the moment. I am here now. Okay. They're bringing up the joy quite a bit. So I think you're asking yourself, how come sometimes I can connect and sometimes I can't? And that's why it's the energy that you have around you, the feelings of happiness and joy that brings up that positive energy. Yeah, look, when they brought that crab out in the last one too, and the crab in the shamanic, they talk about how the crab, how like things are at the bottom of the ocean and it picks away the old and, transforms it into something new. So it alchemizes. Now, this is, I honor my feelings and nurture what needs to heal. So this is where they're talking about, look at that, in number 20 too. So you have 10, 10, which is a 20. You know, they're talking about how, like, the crab, they're slowly picking away at things that need to be removed from you. And every time they pick away at that and you heal that, it makes room. So I think that's what they're trying to do, is make room. Okay, so let's just the shark too. The shark guidance. I am confident and stand proud in my power. Yeah, I don't think you think you have it, but you really do. And I think, oh my goodness, they even brought out the dang frog. Oh my goodness. You know, this reading is a lot like the other one, only it was a little bit different because, look, you know, you have your pair here and then you have your pair here. So I think this might have something to do with meeting somebody, because they did say that this could be physical, sorry, or spiritual. So they're talking about, okay, so number 25 could also be another 7. Okay, so I am adaptable and find unique, even fun solutions for old problems. See, they were talking about you finding those kindred spirits, but you know, you'll find them when it's all in the right timing. Okay. So this frog too also is like, it's mirroring itself. Look, and it's number 12. Number 12 and 13 has been very prominent for this reading as well. So I think that, you know, I embrace my voice and honor life's transitions. You could be somebody that doesn't like to say things, but frogs, they call to each other. You know, and I saw that frog, and that's what told me to do this reading. Now, this frog also is, you know, because it's mirroring itself, it's also talking about having that voice, finally finding your voice. You know, maybe you haven't ever voiced that you are a spiritual worker or a light worker or healer of some sort. I'm going to tell you that if you're on my readings, then you're somebody that has probably had a rough life. Also, you've probably gone through a lot of heartache and needed a lot of healing and alchemizing all that darkness. But you know, you'll see that darkness all around you here, but this is you. Like, you're always surrounded by this type of light. Okay, Spirit, what do you want here? This one. Okay, the inner child, that's all that healing that they're doing, all the stages of that healing too. And you'll see all these orbs that are hanging around here. These fairies, the fairies of playfulness, remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. Yeah, wisdom. And is that an owl? I think that's an owl. You could be seeing owls or hearing owls. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Divination. You know, and they mentioned about you seeking some kind of spiritual knowledge. So maybe like getting into some kind of divination would be worth it for you. Like even having is that why you brought that out? Because they brought out my pendulum. I guess that's what you call it. You know, where you can ask questions. You know, I'll just show you here. Stick my arm. Okay, so like you can just use like one of these. You know what I mean? And start with that, and just ask questions that are going to be yes and no answers, right? Oh my goodness! Embrace your powers of divination, which are especially strong right now. You have the ability to see your current situation with crystal clear clarity. Okay, so they want to activate that third eye to bring you some visions or something. Okay, let me just do this again here. Yeah, a little shine from within, just like I was talking about with these things. You have this light within you, and they really want you to share that with other people. Okay, Spirit, what is it you want them to know? Whoa, holy! It's because you're pure intention. Didn't I tell you you had you're pure of heart? Oh my God, the stargazing that came out in the last. Oh my goodness, some of these cards came out. These two cards came out in the last reading as well. But this pure intention that I was talking about, that I felt that you were pure of heart. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. And then lost and found is what was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. And this is where I believe that they were talking about, oh my Spirit, they were talking about how, oh my God, look, and divination again is on the bottom. Yeah, you're really being, okay. So the lost and found, they're talking about like when you were a child and you had that connection to spirit and then you lost it, but then you didn't even realize that you lost it. But they're going to bring this back. And the stargazing here is when you gaze at the stars and give yourself fairy focus, your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. They've been bringing that up a lot. They were bringing up the clarity, and you're going to get some kind of information here today. They're talking about this divination. Oh my goodness. And then right underneath the divination is moon energy, and look at these colors. And I was looking at this card when we first brought this out, this decisiveness, because I was like, the world, and then I see the sun, and I was kind of like, well, where's the moon? Okay, so moon energy is surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. That's what I was talking about. That's how you were wondering, like, why is it sometimes I can tap in and other times I can't? That's why, because of the ebb and flow. They go with whatever, like, when you're in, like, we all go through periods of, especially when you're doing like a lot of healing of the heart, you go through those moments of thinking about the past, and then like what made you sad about that and how maybe things could have been different, and you kind of go through, like, that's part of the healing. So that's the ebb, you know what I mean? So when you're flowing in the positive high vibrational energy, that's when you're tapping in. That's when you're making that connection. Yeah. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Okay. So, what else do you want here? Oh, okay. So they want me to bring out one of these cards. One of these cards here, they're the color cards. It's about color. So they're, oh my goodness, the violet, and create a balanced life. And that's what they were talking about earlier when they brought out the female, the divine feminine, and then the divine masculine came out. And I was talking about that. What was that called again? The whatever journey that was, tantric journey. And that's where like the man and woman come together in the physical. Oh, yeah. So they were talking about that. Watermelon, have fun with your inner child. That they brought that inner child up twice. I think you're doing some inner child healing at this time, and that's probably good because okay, Spirit, there's something in this. They want me to read something in that one of these cards when jeez, look at that. Knocking stuff down everywhere. Gray. Learn to scan your body. Learn to scan your body. I think maybe when you're in these moments of your ebbing, oh, look, and then there's black underneath that. So you have the gray and the black. Find richness from the dark night. Yeah, because they're talking about the moon energy. They're also talking about the stargazing with the moon. So they want you to embrace this night here. Is there another card here, Spirit? There's something in this gray that they want you to know. Amber, awaken your creativity. Okay. They want me, there's something here in this they want me to read. So 29 is also an 11. Let's see here. There's that deck. Oh, there it is. So they want you to be able to scan your body. Oh, look at that. I opened it right to gray. Look at that. That's freaky. I love when I do that. It happens a lot too. Oh my goodness. And pearls on the bottom. And I'm going to tell you because, you know, this looks like orbs to me. The pearls look like orbs. Connect to the divine, just like the divine plan. Yeah, Spirit really wants you to help spread your light. Wow. It's amazing. Okay, so let's see what they want here for the gray. Learn to scan your body. The gray identifies blockages in your body or aura, providing information about your mental, emotional, and physical state. Use gray to give you an alternative point of view and provide you with strength when dealing with challenging situations that you feel are hopeless. The gray ray is a magnifying glass to blocked areas of in your body. Okay, see, there's some kind of blockage here. That's this lost and found. Okay. The stargazing. Okay, let's see what they're saying here. To scan your body, visualize or sense a gray ray, then ask it to assist you with scanning your body for any dysfunctions. Use it to bring any blockages or stuckness in your body into your awareness. Close your eyes, place the attention inside your body, ask the gray ray to circle any area that needs help, and bring that area into your conscious awareness. Become aware of any part of your body looks or feels like it is gray. Once you've identified the blockages in your body, ask that part of your body what color would be helpful in healing it. Then bathe it with that particular ray. Observe a grayness. The grayness leaves your body and is replaced by vibrant rays of color. And I was talking about that color, I think. I was talking about that. Okay. Okay, and then say, Divine Intelligence, please release all stuckness and limitation from my life so I can welcome freedom, creativity, and well-being. Okay, Spirit. Okay, so that's really amazing there. All right, so I'm going to keep that aside here. And they're asking me to bring you out an intuitive card here. I don't know what they want here. Let's find out. They're going to have me read those two as well. So, yeah. Okay, it's on the bottom here. Declutter your mind, home, or schedule. Yeah, you need to make time for your spiritual thing. Interference from intense emotions. Look at that, number 24. Intense emotions may be jamming your intuition radar. Acknowledge the process and process your feelings. Discern the useful messages within them and allow your emotions to calm before consulting your sixth sense. Ask those who are more objective and detached for your intuitive opinion. Emotional storms blind intuitive vision now. Let emotional support be the focal point. And that's exactly what I was talking about, that I think that like that ebb and flow, that you've been having some issues with the ebb and flow, and then they'll anchor into your energy. That's that grounding. Come home to yourself instead of focusing on others, tasks to be completed, or the external world. Stop riding every weave or wave. Look, and they're talking the ebb and flow of a wave here. And drop anchor by doing an activity with love or spending quality self-care time alone. Center yourself to feel more powerful, calm, and confident. Your intuition will then stabilize. Okay, so clearly there's something going on here with the internal emotions, and that's why you're wondering how come sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. Also they're talking about how you could be seeing like all these different mystical um, beings, and these mystical beings are going to be your new guide. So they want you to lean into that. Oh my goodness, look, and I just cut it on witness and observe, number 6. Shield yourself by witnessing others instead of absorbing all the energy and emotions around you. Engage your clear cognizance, oh my goodness, or intellectual psychic pathway by observing the world with curiosity and detachment. Create healthy emotional space between yourself and others, and between yourself and your emotions. Practice neutrality and maintain sensible energetic boundaries. Yeah. Okay. And then anchor into your energy. And this is, they're talking again, like, don't um, let others take over your spiritual space, I guess. This is probably the best way to put that. Okay. So which one do they want both of these read? So this one first is decisiveness. Okay, and then this one over here, wonderment, orb healing. That's what I was saying. Like you might be seeing orbs or sparkles that remind you of orbs. These orbs can also be mystical energy. All right, where's the book for that? Okay, it's a big book here. Okay, so what is this? Decisiveness number 10. Yeah, see, this is why they want to connect with you, because of this pure intention that you have. You have a pure heart. Master Galactics. That's what these are. Master Galactics. Cyrus Solar Empowerment. Okay, what does he want here? Oh, for realignments. Oh my goodness. Throat chakra clearing and sun gazing. Oh my goodness. And they got the stargazing here too. And I'm going to tell you that they had me tune my throat chakra before I started this reading. Okay, so they're saying here for the realignments, they're saying the throat chakra clearing and sun gazing. And then, of course, they did bring up about the throat with the 2 frogs, because frogs like do a lot of singing. They do, they go through a massive transformation from a tadpole to a frog. Okay. Plus, I saw that frog, which was, they were telling me it's the right time for me to do this reading. So the throat chakra clearing, sun gazing, holographic DNA upgrades, planetary ley line clearing. And I was thinking about those ley lines when I saw those globes there. Egyptian gematria, I don't know, colors of blue, indigo, and orange. Chrysanthemums and a wild oat flower essence, cinnamon and peppermint, essential oils. Okay. So crystals of lapis and orange carnelian. I don't have any carnelian, but I do have the lupus lapis, or lapis lupus or something. But that's what that is right there. That's the lapis thing that they're talking about. And the orange cornelian is a really deep orange color. Okay. Yeah, it's like this fiery color here. Okay, so what else is it that you want them to know, Spirit? Okay. So you are ready to work with the action energies of the Syrian frequency codes, which will help you to become more assertive when resolving your current situation. They brought up your situation a couple times now because they were saying like you're going to get clarity on the situation that you're in right now or whatever you're asking about. This one here, even the stargazing, they're talking about that they're going to give, oh, look at that. And I even have like the moon and stars on my nails for this reading. Um, so they're saying your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So I don't know, you're going through some lot of heartache or something, and you're going to need these, the cinnamon and peppermint essential oils, or using the crystals. I mean, even working with the colors of blue, indigo, and orange. Okay. All right. If your health is challenged, get ready to receive a potent dose of healing energy. If you are feeling insecure or have suppressed your light, simply open the throat chakra and speak your truth. Emotions may feel more intense than usual, but this is to be expected since it initiates self awareness. You are experiencing a profound inner transition, and it's time for action, time to terraform your life by removing the old paradigm and building the new. You may benefit greatly right now, from activating and recharging your energy from Gaia and the solar rays of the sun. They're asking me to, while I was reading that, they were asking me to, this is my throat chakra tuning. And so this is like the 141.27 hertz. And they're asking me to use that. So if you don't want to hear this, you might want to mute or turn down your volume for a moment. So, okay, we'll just let that ride out. Oh, Spirit. We are the Syrian warriors of light. We serve many worlds in times of planetary transformation and ascension. That's why they brought up these frogs, because they go through such a transformation. And they clearly want to do something with your third eye, because they want your clairvoyance to kick in, so you're getting the visions, or you're probably already getting the visions and you're not believing them, because I think you're having a hard time believing at times. You know what I mean? I think you waver sometimes back and forth. That's that ebb and flow thing. By simultaneously gridullar ley lines, by stimulating gridullar ley lines, we help realign and anchor in new pillars of light that awaken and activate into new levels of ascension. Our Syrian codes assist with balancing. Oh, look at that, balancing again, the planetary meridians, and infuse them with potent solar energy frequencies. By nature, we are powerful healers and guardians of ancient spiritual technologies that upgrade, activate, and realign the crystalline grids, DNA, and the holographic templates. Ooh, so I wonder what this one, they want me to read this one as well. So you're getting some kind of activation. So this is the orb healing that they're bringing in here. So the realignments, they're saying that you can, oh, this is angel communications. Like I said, that all these different, you could be seeing repeated symbols, angels, people, animals, mystical beings, such as dragons, fairies, unicorns, elves, gnomes. I mean, it could be anything really. Okay, so angel communication, detoxification therapies, so bubble baths, and colors of the violet, blue and white, hydrangea and dandelion flowers, lilac and lavender essential oils, ball head water leaf and angelic flower essences, crystals of clear and purple quartz spheres, so round, and cat's eye celestite sphere. Okay. Okay, so what else do you want them to know here, Spirit? Okay. The world is filled with many wonders that cannot be easily explained by our third dimensional existence. Many realities we encounter surpass the norm and defy logic. The multidimensional spectrum of the healing orbs awaits your self discovery and awakened state of consciousness. So open your eyes, both eyes, that is. You may not be seeing your situation clearly and may be missing the fundamentals. That which is right in front of you. Could it be that you are already amid a rainfall of answers? Yes. So it may be time for a vibrational recharge after the rainfall. See yourself, see your life as a dimensional snapshot of the divine and know that healing and answers are already present. Healing may come from the most unusual places. So never underestimate your abilities to see that which exists beyond the veil. Be open to receive the unexplainable. So we are known by the healing orbs, geometric spheres of light that emanate healing energy and vibrational codes, working as angelic energy cleansers, yeah. Our light filled geometric patterning is encoded with special keys within the matrix of our core. These concentrated keys contain codes of universes, planets, and a variety of species DNA. Wow. Okay. Our key codes can analyze the status of wellness within any living being, and we can then bifurcate into microspheres, thus becoming field scouts that locate areas of imbalance and help restore hemostasis. Sorry. We are here to help and we serve with love. Wow. Well, that's pretty amazing. See, and that's why I think that you just don't sometimes believe it. Okay, Spirit, is there anything else here that you want them to know? One more thing. What's that? Okay, they want you to have a Dimensions of Light card here. I don't know what this. Okay. Number 49 on the bottom. 13. Okay. What is it you want them to know here, Spirit? Okay. Number 8. Wow, that was one that was on the bottom. Okay. I don't think I've ever read that card before. But some of these cards here, there's certain things in it that your soul is going to recognize. That's why they had me bring out this deck here, because this deck is all geometric codes, activations. That's what I heard, activations. Okay. Because that is an activation deck, actually. Yeah. Okay. So that was number 8. Yeah. And they had me wear my, it's funny because they had me, the last card in the last reading too was the number 8, and I'm wearing my bracelet that has the infinity symbol, which is actually or it could be considered an 8. Okay, number 8. Here we go. Sacred revelation. Wow. Allow yourself to be shown the intricate spiritual purpose of a relationship. No joke. Because this is, they did talk about a relationship too, and I thought that they were talking about a man and a woman, but I knew there was going to be like that, the physical and the spiritual, because they did have me write down physical and or spiritual. Okay, so allow yourself to be shown the intricate spiritual purpose of a relationship or another matter of concern, seeing it as it is revealed rather than attempting to shape it according to your will. You will then be able to benefit from the divine gift being offered to you to start to understand and accept it rather than trying to control or avoid it. Sometimes painful issues will arise. Through them, you may heal and gain access to a new way of being. The inner eye, oh my God, can see with perfect clarity because it trusts in what shall be shown. I'm telling you, because this is what they're talking about. They kept talking about your third eye, your clairvoyance, the visions. That's why they had me bring this thing out. Oh my goodness. And oh my goodness. They're also they brought up too in this, they talked about how to understand and accept what is happening. Because at times I don't think that you believe it. But this is a gift, a divine gift that's being offered. Okay. And I was talking about sometimes like you have to go through these painful things to clear out the old so new can come in. And this comes right out under divine plan. So vibrational match, seeing this is the vibrational match they're doing here. And then the perception is here, the decisiveness. Oh my goodness. So this here is for this divine plan, and the stargazing comes right underneath that divine plan as well. Wow, spirit. Okay, so where are we here? Sometimes painful issues will arise. Yeah. Through them, you may heal and gain access to a new way of being. The inner eye can see with perfect clarity because it trusts in what shall be shown. Revelation, happiness. Oh my goodness. Because they talked about the happiness when we allow space for it. There is no need to try to force an outcome or an understanding. You shall have your answers at the right time, and you shall be able to work with that knowledge wisely and lovingly. You shall see the truth that is being revealed. You shall see the truth that will bring relief to your heart and clarity to your mind. Okay, so that's what they're saying. They're saying that you need to trust that broader vision. You need to, oh my goodness, because they know that you're seeing, for you to see the bigger picture, you need to trust these visions. Okay. All right, so with that, I'm going to close this reading, and I hope this video finds you well. I'm going to bid you a good day, and I'm going to send love and light, and I hope this is going to be really helpful on your journey.